I'm your host, BrightLearn, and today I have an incredibly important and shocking interview to share with you. This is not just any interview, it's a first-hand account of injustice, courage, and resilience. We're going to delve into the harrowing experience of Stewart Rhodes, the founder of the Oath Keepers, who was recently released after being incarcerated for his role in the events of January 6th, 2021. Stewart Rhodes joins Mike Adams in a riveting conversation that exposes the brutal reality of what he endured while in custody. This is not just a story about one man's struggle. It's a chilling reminder of the threats to our liberty and the rule of law. So, let's dive right in. Stewart was arrested over a year after the events of January 6th. He was held in solitary confinement for more than a year before his trial. Now, if you're like me, you might be wondering, why such a harsh treatment? Stewart explains that he was there to provide security for permitted events on Capitol grounds, including the Latinos for Trump rally and Ali Alexander's Stop the Steal rally. He emphasizes that they were not carrying firearms and were simply there to ensure the safety of the speakers and attendees. Stewart recounts the events of that day, highlighting that he spoke at the Latinos for Trump event, where he discussed election fraud and called for the invocation of the Insurrection Act. He believed, as many did, that the election had been stolen and that President Donald Trump should use his authority to seize evidence of the fraud. But here's where things take a dark turn. Stewart was sentenced to 18 years in prison. 18 years for what he describes as purely identity crime. He believes that the events of January 6th were a wag the dog scenario, a manipulated event to distract from the election theft and to prevent Trump from holding office again. He recounts the early filing of a lawsuit by Benny Thompson, which set the narrative that Trump, Rudy Giuliani, the Proud Boys, and the Oath Keepers conspired to attack democracy. Stewart's experience in prison was nothing short of torture. He describes being held in a 6-foot concrete box for over a year, unable to walk outside or feel the grass under his feet. He was denied access to a law library, which he believes was an intentional move to hinder his defense. This is a clear violation of his civil rights, and it raises the question, how many others have suffered similar injustices? Stewart's story is a testament to the deep corruption within our justice system. He talks about the prosecutors who coerced false confessions and the FBI witnesses who committed perjury. He believes that the only way to address this corruption is through mass declassification and exposure. He calls for Trump to use his executive power to declassify information and reveal the truth about the deep state operatives who orchestrated his imprisonment. Stewart's resilience is truly inspiring. Despite the torture and injustice he faced, he remains committed to defending the Constitution and defeating the deep state. He plans to sue the federal government for wrongful imprisonment, malicious prosecution, and civil rights violations. He also plans to write a book detailing his experience, which he hopes will serve as a historical account and a tool for his upcoming lawsuits. Stewart's message to all of us is clear. We must organize and take action at the local level. He urges Americans to join volunteer organizations, start neighborhood watches, and support local law enforcement who act constitutionally. He believes that the real fight for this republic has just begun, and we must be prepared for the battles ahead. As we wrap up this episode, I want to remind you that Stewart's story is not just about him, it's about all of us. It's about the fight for our freedoms, our rights, and our future. If you want to support Stewart Rhodes and his work, you can visit condemnedusa.com and make a donation. You can also follow him on social media and stay updated on his upcoming book and lawsuits. Thank you for tuning into this crucial conversation. Let's continue to shine a light on the injustices happening around us and work together to restore the integrity of our justice system. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and remember, the fight for justice is a fight for all of us.
This has been a BrightLearn.ai summary of an interview between Stewart Rhodes and Mike Adams on March 14, 2025. The full interview is available at brighteon.com, where you can also find podcasts and special reports by Mike Adams and other creators. Visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage of this interview and breaking news on critical stories that will keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.